The signs are everywhere. Alberta and Saskatchewan merged in a single city. A line unites the provinces and is what makes Lloydminster stand out.
I cross the border every day.
Michael Dewing is familiar with how each province works. As a real estate agent, he needs to know.
I carry 2 real estate licenses, one in Alberta and one in Saskatchewan. But luckily they're within the same country. It affects my business no matter where I show property in the region because we work in 5,000 square miles around the city on both sides of the border.
But amidst more conversations about Alberta separation, Dewing is faced with uncertainty and questions what that would mean.
For us as a business, it'll be completely different regulations and a lot of different red tape to get through. But for a consumer, there's a lot to consider. Like, are we going to need a different passport to go 5 miles out of town, one way or the other? Different currency? Does the Canadian money stop here and now it's a different currency?
These are questions that are still up in the air. If Albertans vote to separate, it's not clear what would happen to our Canadian military, pension, passports, currency, police, or trade.
Starting new countries isn't easy.
University of Professor Gerard Kennedy says it would be a slow and complicated process. He likens it to the Brexit talks, but notes this is all hypothetical now.
These are things that lawyers will, for the government and for Alberta, will be arguing about for months. It would probably have to go to vote in Parliament. The Senate could pose obstacles. It's not going to be a quick process.
Mitch Sylvester is spearheading the Alberta separation movement. He says the Alberta Prosperity Project is planning to give a clearer picture on what would happen if the province becomes its own country.
I have a very competent group of people that are right now 2 or 3 weeks into the process of writing what we call in a white paper. And we're going to release all of that stuff so that people can look at it and feel some kind of comfort into what the steps are going forward.
As the conversation of separation is discussed at kitchen tables across the province and Canada, the border city is in a unique position. The 31,000 locals already know what it's like to live somewhere divided, and the uncertainty adds new questions.
Separation will cause a lot of problems.
What they do here in Lloyd is they take the best of Saskatchewan and the best of Alberta, whichever programs are better, and that's what we adopt.
For people like Dewing, the uncertainty and questions are stressful, not knowing what could become of the line that defines Lloydminster.
It's certainly not the first one of, the first discussion like this, but definitely it's more serious when it hits home for you.
Sarah Komadina, Global News.